Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some songs that I had on repeat in May and June. And this is actually kind of a bi-monthly series that I do on K-pop Amino. I've been doing it since February. So that's why it's kind of not like January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Maybe I'll do it as a monthly thing here on my channel rather than a bi-monthly thing. So at the end of every month, it'll be kind of like my favorites, except it's just songs that I've been listening to a lot. I just thought it would be fun to have maybe a series also at some point like this where I just sit and talk every once in a while and not have as much structure as I do in my other videos. So maybe I just sit here and chill out and talk to you guys. This isn't totally different from like the last video I did. I'm still gonna play little clips of each song, but I'm a little more like laid back about this one. It's not as hurried, I guess. I was trying to hurry in that one and I don't have that much of anything else to do right now, so I'll just talk about some songs. Some of them are new and some of them are not, because when I discover old favorites, I usually will replay them until I'm totally tired of them. The first song that I had on repeat was actually 16 by Samuel. Admittedly, I'm not the biggest fan of his music generally. Like, I haven't really liked any of his other songs, but something about 16 is just so pure and cute to me. Like, he was just being 16 and not trying to be grown up. The song is really fun, and I even recommend the remix slash like acapella version because it's also really good. It's not like a typical acapella song. You'll see. You just have to listen to it. It's really good. Another song that I liked quite a bit, that I was listening to quite a bit, was Eclipse by GOT7. And let me just be totally honest right now. I unstanned GOT7 quite a long time ago, and that was just because I fell out of love with them and wasn't enjoying their music as much as I used to. But when Eclipse came out, I was like amazed, because it's, in my opinion, the best thing they've come out with since Hard Carry. And I know a lot of people are probably going to be mad at that, but just in my opinion, GOT7 changed kind of a lot, and too much for my personal taste, because I liked who they were. Not saying that groups can't change, but it just kind of was not as fun for me. Eclipse is such a good song. I'm so happy that Youngjae is pretty much like the main voice of the song, because I've been waiting for that for such a long time. And maybe there was another song that I missed where he was singing like mainly as like the main voice, but I wish they would do that so much more often, because he has a beautiful voice. Honestly, the best voice in GOT7, but that's just my opinion. Another song I really liked and kind of had to grow into liking was Undercover by a.c.e. Undercover, hey, yes, okay. Don't say no. I really didn't get it when I first watched the music video. I didn't get the song, I didn't get the concept really at all. I was just like, what? Like, it seemed so different for them, but then once I thought about it, it really wasn't. It also is different for them because they always do something different, and they haven't had that many comebacks so far, but everyone they've had has been different than the last or the next, and I think that's kind of cool. The concept for like the music video and everything kind of gives me Shiny vibes, and I'm not sure why, and probably nobody else understands that, but it made me kind of like it more. I don't know what, like, I don't even know what it is about it that reminds me of Shiny. There were a few female artist songs that I really found over the 2 months that these songs all apply for. Me by CLC was definitely a song that I was really into. Was kind of disappointed by No, if I'm being totally honest, and I was waiting for another song from them that like spoke to me, and Me definitely did. I'm not somebody, I've said this before, I'm not somebody who thinks that girl groups have to do like girl crush concepts in order to be good. I'm fine with cute stuff, but I'm also not the person who only wants to see cute stuff. I'm fine with girl crush concepts too. I just think Me was such a fitting song for CLC. They get kind of both sides of the spectrum as far as concepts. Usually, they've done girl crush, they've done cute stuff, they've done things in the middle, and I think it all kind of suits them really well. Like some groups, it feels like they're forcing it when they're being cute. Some groups, it feels like they're forcing it when they're being sexy. But I think CLC does both really well, and that's kind of saying a lot. It doesn't necessarily work for every group the way it works for them, at least not in my opinion. So I was gonna save this and one more song for the end in case people don't want to hear about non-K-pop songs, but there are two songs on this list that are K-pop-ish related, but they're not necessarily K-pop. So if you're not interested, then you can skip forward the next like minute or so. But I just want to talk about WayV for a second. WayV is the Chinese subunit in NCT, which is why I said it's K-pop related, but not necessarily K-pop. I did not necessarily find WayV that appealing when their version of Regular came out, because I didn't like the song Regular to begin with. I didn't like the Korean or the English version. It just wasn't my type of song. So I was like, it's just gonna be the same thing in Chinese. Like, it's no different. And then Takeoff came out. I am so in love with this song. And still, like, I found it early June, I think. Maybe somewhere around there. I have listened to it like literally almost every day since I found it. I have to listen to it almost every day. And I won't say I have to listen to it every day. But if I don't listen to it, I'm like I'm getting like urges to listen to it, just talking about it. And it's not that I don't generally like C-pop, okay, or M-pop, whatever you want to call it, Mando pop. I just don't normally stray away from K-pop. I just kind of stick to K-pop because there's so much of it. I'm trying to cover such a big ground that I don't venture outside of it often, even though I got into K-pop technically because I liked J-pop. Just saying, like, if you haven't checked out WayV just because they're Chinese and they don't do like Korean stuff, you are missing out, my friend, because they are awesome. And I'm like waiting for them to gain more popularity because they gonna be big if people finally catch on at some point. Back to K-pop, I'm gonna say this only once. Winner can do no wrong, okay? Ah, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. No, I'm just kidding. I have loved every comeback that Winner has had since, was it 2017 when Really Really came out? Since Really Really came out, okay? I have loved everything they've done. Fool, Island, Millions, Every Day, like, you name it, every single fucking comeback that they've had since Really Really, I am on. Yes, they can do no wrong in my eyes, honestly. And Aya is a fucking breakup song, but it hits so fucking hard. It's such a jam. It's a bop, whatever you want to call it. It's fire, and I will crank that shit up and just enjoy my time listening to it because it's so fucking good. And you is missing out if you have never heard it. I will just say that. And if you don't know Winner, then you need to educate yourself on Winner because they're one of my favorite groups and they deserve so much because they're amazing. I tend to kind of rediscover old songs, like I mentioned, and like play the shit out of them, and kind of forgot, because 17 has so many good songs, I forgot that Highlight existed. And I remember back when Highlight came out and Performance Unit's music video for it came out, and I was like mind blown at how good it was, and I was just like, I need more of this song in my life. And I was waiting for a dance practice to come out, and then just like bam, out of nowhere, they released this OT13 dance practice version of it where they're all singing and they're all dancing, and I was almost overloaded by it, and it is my favorite thing. And the reason why I included the 13-member version for this instead of just the Performance Unit version is just because I love how they were able to rework the song to, instead of being 4 members, be all 13. Like, they all got a part. And that's awesome to me. I love the Performance Unit version. Like, I love any version because I love Performance Unit, but 13-member version it's something special to me. Can't deny that. I'm a hoe for them. In my summer playlist video, I mentioned Wave by a.c.e. They also released a second song at the same time called Illusion. And I was kind of nervous at first because I listened to Wave and I wasn't like totally into it. And I'm like, well, what if I don't like the other one either? Does that make me like a fake fan? Even though I know you can dislike songs by your favorite group. I've talked about this before. But I love Illusion so much. And it's not like nearly, I don't think, my favorite a.c.e. song, but I love it a lot. And I want to credit San for his part because that's what made me fall in love with it to begin with, and just something about it. You know what? Auto-tune in general just like perks me up, and I'm like, what? I'm listening. Sing to me. I will decide if I like this or not based on your auto-tune. Like, I don't know why, but that's just my brain for some reason. But Illusion, only other female oriented, like as in sang songs that I found that I liked over May and June was Birthday by a.c.e.
Okay, I'ma shake it like you want my birthday. Ay.
I feel like I'm the only person who it's, to me, a.c.e. came out of nowhere, and she's this awesomely talented person that I'm like, where did you even come from right now? Like, she's popped out of nowhere, and here she is, this like many threat. I would say like triple threat, but I think she's even more than a triple threat. Like, her singing voice is so interesting and nice, and her rapping is solid in my opinion. It could be like a tiny little, just a little bit better. Her dancing is good. It seems like she can speak English pretty well. Like, can she act too? Like, what else can she do? Birthday is just like a fucking sassy ass song and makes you want to be sassy along with it. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's what I got from it. I feel like SF9 literally just had a comeback. Like, enough. Didn't that just come out like a month ago? I don't know. They need to sleep though, is all I can think about, because they released RPM and holy shit. This song is so hard. Like, hard as in they're not messing around with this. Like, I thought Enough was pretty intense and like sturdy, but then they came out with RPM and here we go all over again. SF9, you're not ready for SF9, even if you think you're ready for SF9. So if you're new to SF9, brace yourself. That's all I have to say. I saved this song for last because, like I said, it's not technically K-pop related, but it is like sort of K-pop related. It's July by Chris Wu. Tell me what you wanna say, show me how you feeling, babe. This is not a new song, but July is one of those songs that I really did not like, or let me rephrase that. I didn't want to like it at first, and I just couldn't stop listening to it. I actually bought the song on iTunes back when it came out, which I think it's one of like 10 songs that I've ever actually bought on iTunes. I love it so much. It's kind of like 16, how I was talking about. Like, I'm not generally a fan of Samuel. I'm not really a fan of Chris's music usually. It's just not my scene over there, but this I couldn't resist this song, and it's in English, so that's why I said it didn't really fit on the list, but you know, I don't care. So that's it for now. That's all the songs that I was enjoying for the months of May and June. Like I said, I can do this every month maybe if people want to see that. I don't know. I don't know that I'll have enough songs for every month. That's why I started doing bi-monthly, but I can go out of my comfort zone a little bit and try purposely to discover new songs. Like, that's a thing I can try to do. I'm lazy, so I wait for songs to come to me usually. So that's it for now. If there's something you would like me to talk about in a video, just feel free to let me know. It can be anything, it can be K-pop related. It doesn't totally have to be K-pop related. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.